Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here with you today. It's been a little hot minute since I've done a video. I've been doing a lot of traveling and just had a couple of weeks in France, which was just so beautiful and cold, very cold. Very happy to be back in sunny Australia in the summertime. But I thought it was time to just really do a video about the 3D and circumstances and the way that we perceive reality. So I'm going to dive in. If you would like to work with me, all the links are in the description below. Have a bunch of 7-day challenges and courses as well, which we sort of do together. You're able to email me throughout as you're moving through each day. So if you're interested in any of that, reach out. So today is all about the realities, the 4D, the 3D circumstances, the way that we perceive things. So with the law of assumption, it's the 4D reality that is the real reality that we are creating from. So when we talk about creation is actually already finished. So what we're doing in the 4D is just aligning ourselves with that finished end version of ourselves who already has everything that we desire. So the money, the specific person, the job, the house, whatever it is that you want, it's already done, it's already finished. So in our 4D, we are using our beautiful imagination to then step into the end. And we do this by visualizing, seeing beautiful scenes with our specific person, feeling what it feels like to have all of that money. How do you feel? Do you feel safe, secure, relaxed, excited? So it's really stepping into that version of yourself, going right to the end where you already have everything. This is manifesting in a nutshell. This is law of assumption. This is the fastest way to do it, the fastest way as well to then see movement in the 3D. So the other fastest way to see things in the 3D is to let go of any resistance that you have going on. So in our 4D, when we trust that manifesting works, when we trust that all of this going on in our mind creates and gets reflected back to us in the 3D. So we're creating, we're having these beautiful visualizations. It's all internal. We're feeling fantastic. We're aligned with the end. We're married to our person. We marinate in that feeling. How does that feel? Whatever it is, you stay there. You drop the resistance and you don't look for it in the 3D. You just know that that's what is going to be reflected back to you. So I want you to really sit with this concept that it's 4D that's creating, not 3D. 3D is simply reflecting. So I want you to just really start putting your main focus on your 4D, your imagination, your beautiful creative mind, really stepping into that person who has everything now. So who are you now, essentially walking around in this world with everything that you desire now that you have it? Who are you? This is the fastest way to experience everything that you want to experience in the 3D with the 5 senses. But when you really focus on the 4D and you saturate yourself in there and you trust it and you know that this is where everything is coming from. This is your superpower. This is where you have all the control and you can chill out, you can relax, you can create, you can, go wild. I want you to be just so limitless with yourself. There's no boundaries or limits or, any kind of barriers stopping you from just going extreme in your mind with what you want. And oftentimes, the mind wants to go to the logic in the 4D. It wants to be like, well, I can't be married to my person yet because I haven't met the family, or they haven't told us that, we're official, or, they've actually said that they never want to see me again, or I'm blocked, or, something like this. We just do not want that story on repeat. that story has to go. Any story that you don't want has to go. So in the 4D, we're only focusing on what we want to experience, because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between, positive, negative, right or wrong, yes or no. It's just absorbing information. It's just going, give it to me. I'm going to take it all, and then I'm going to give you exactly what you're focusing on. So we only want to be focusing on what we want in the 4D, trusting it, relaxing, allowing, and then the 3D has to reflect it. And it's super normal to have fears and doubts and anxieties and worries, but through repetition of techniques and going within, this kind of resistance will lower. So I would love you to start focusing on how you feel as this new version of yourself, and really dropping any crappy stories that are not serving you anymore. Because, it's a brand new year, it's 2025, it's exciting. You are meant to have what you want. This is your time, this is your year, this is your moment to just claim it and really commit to the 4D, and stop looking to the 3D to validate you. We just want to know that we have instant validation that it's worked when we are consciously manifesting, and when we are in that zone of, meditating, or just going within, sitting with those feelings, seeing those visualizations. So we want to take the focus off the 3D. So the 3D is just reflecting your 4D stuff back to you. So when you have fears, doubts, anxieties, triggers, these kind of things, the 3D will reflect that back to you. If you've got really good stuff, really positive stories, love story, wonderful things going on in your 4D, the 3D will reflect that back. If you've got a bit of both, the 3D will reflect that back. That's where we can often get hot and cold, when you've got a bit of both stories going on, a positive one or a negative one. So we really just want to now start focusing on this beautiful, positive, loving story for yourself and your life. And it is all about you. It is all about you and what you want. I don't want you to be thinking about your person or anyone else and thinking, what would make them happy? They need to do all these things in order to heal or feel good and yada, yada. No, that's a story. We don't want to create that story. We only want to focus on what we want. So my person loves me, they're committed, they're all in, we're married, we're planning our honeymoon, we're planning our family, or we already have a family. Everything's easy, money flows to me, I have this new job, I travel the world, everyone's so kind to me and respectful, and I'm honored and worshipped and cherished and adored. And you want to get into this state, this really empowered state that you know that you deserve everything that you desire and that it's meant for you. It's already yours. When you know that it's already yours, the 3D then has to reflect that back to you. So we don't want to keep looking out to the 3D anymore for evidence. And I think this is one of the biggest triggers and things that can just throw people off and start spiraling and that sort of thing. So when we look to the 3D for evidence, we're pressing pause on it, and we're also being in the energy of I don't have it. So we don't want to look to the 3D for evidence anymore. We know that there can be a time delay on some things, not always, depends on the level of resistance, but we want to give the 3D a little bit of grace and know that sometimes it can take a minute for the 3D to reflect back to us. Because, quantum physics, the universe, energy, everything is just, it's changing, it's moving all the time, it's never sitting still. So it's constantly in rapid motion trying to bring you your desires. And it can only come to you super fast when you drop the resistance, you're trusting, you're relaxing, you're allowing, and you're like, I know it's going to turn up in the 3D so that I can experience it with my 5 senses, because I've been cultivating it within in my 4D, and I know that this is how this works, and I trust it. There's so much, I think, importance on trusting that manifesting actually works, and trusting the process, and not worrying about the how and the when, but just trusting that it's going to turn up fast for you no matter what, because you've let the resistance go. You're only focusing on what you want. You're not looking to the 3D for validation anymore, because you know that you already have it. So it has to show up. So I really hope that this video helped you, and I'm going to do a little bit more on circumstances and 3D and things like that moving forward as well. But things are changing all of the time, and I just really want you to know that all of the power is in the 4D. 3D is simply reflecting. It's just the mirror showing you what's going on, and you can kind of look at it. I have another manifesting friend who's a coach, and she says, just look at it like an experiment. Just look at your manifestations as an experiment, your 3D as an experiment, to show you what is going on in your 4D. And that's it. We don't have to hook into the 3D if we don't like it. We don't have to start yelling and screaming and insulting people if we don't like it, even though sometimes that feels good. I know that. We want to just be chilled. We want to just look at 3D as information to observe, and then go, okay, I'm doing that really well. That's showing up beautifully. Or, okay, that needs a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to go back within and just keep persisting in that story. And then I know the 3D will show that up. So we are letting go of the resistance with 3D to thinking that the 3D is somehow against us in some way. It's not. It's just a reflection. It is just reflecting. And if you don't like it, doesn't matter. Go back in, change within. The only person to change is yourself, and the fastest way to manifest is to just be this new version of yourself that already has everything that you desire. That's it. You don't have to go on mad exercise diet plans, change your image, do all these kind of crazy things. You just have to select the new version of yourself and be in love with it and be in peace with it, and select the new version of the SP that you have in mind, or people around you that you want to experience. Manifesting is only ever between you and you. This is between you and nobody else. I really intend that was helpful, and I'll be back with more videos. If you need me, feel free to reach out or email or leave a comment. I'm here and I love engaging with everyone, and have a great day. See you soon.